Oh my goodness. Who is that? I mean, really, who is it? Goddess. Don't leave me hanging. You can't simply put someone like that in my line of vision and not expect me to investigate. Give me a clue. Is it... do we have a new staff? Maybe a new gardener? No, not tan enough. Oh, we've been waiting on a new steward, hadn't we? Look at the way they stand there, just so straight and competent. That's the word I'm looking for. Looking so straight and competent and confident and so casually charming. Project much, Jamie? I haven't heard him say a single word yet. I'm placing an entire personality on them based on their posture. It is good posture, though. Oh my goodness. Look at me. Hiding behind a pillar, peering down corridors, trying to look nonchalant. Feel like a schoolgirl sneaking sweets from the kitchens. It's just ridiculous. If the crowds could see me now. Princess Jamie, envied by nobles, admired by the court, utterly unbothered by, well, anything. Until now, it seems. Oh, I've got to say hello. Yes, I'm going to say hello. No, I just got a little something in my throat. Excuse me, I'll be back. Oh my god, what the hell did I just do? What just happened? What the hell was that? What was that? I thought I was just going to clear my throat, and then all of a sudden it sounded like I had the plague. What the hell was that? I mean, get a grip. You have to speak to tens of thousands of people just to say happy birthday to your own father. I think I can manage hello to a steward. That sounded really classist of me, the way I put that. Maybe that's why I'm having trouble talking to them. Because at heart, I am a freaking princess. And I am a classist. I'm a horrible person. That's why. That's why I know subconsciously that when I open my mouth, I'm going to say something that's going to make them realize that I'm a horrible person. No. I didn't say it like that. I meant it. I meant that it was just one person. I mean, not just. I mean, like, but it is one person. I can speak to one person. Yeah. I'm not that horrible. I mean, I've had my moments. But you know, who hasn't? All right. Let me try this again. Get it out of my system now. Good. Okay. Hi. Excuse me. Hi. I don't know if you remember me from a minute ago. I'm sorry. Did I frighten you? I'm sorry. I must have. I seem to have startled you out of your whatever important task you were up to. Were you on your way to polish chandeliers or rescue a damsel from peril? Either way, I'm sure that it was whatever you were trying to do. I'm sure that it was terribly heroic. Okay. Silent treatment. I I will interpret that as shyness and not disdain. Thank you very much. Where to begin? So you see, I saw you just now, and it was a little unexpected. I have to admit, I found you a little dazzling. Even in the middle of the broad daylight, I don't think I've ever been quite so enchanted. Enchanted? Yes, enchanted. And before you say anything, no, I don't mean the, royal enchantress casting a hex sort of way. Though if I had that power, I'd probably use it to make you smile right now. Still nothing. You are a tough crowd. But I am nothing if not persistent. All right, let me try another angle. You're new here, yes? First day, perhaps? Or, as my keen observational skills fail me once again. That was a joke. I'm not that. I'm not that observant, to be honest. But you are new, yes? A nod. Okay, progress. We're making progress. We're communicating. We are communicating. Good relationships are built on good communication, and we are communicating. Not that we're building a relationship. You know what? Let me formally welcome you to our little slice of paradise, or chaos, depending on the hour, and also, whether my father has misplaced his seal once again. He does that quite a lot. You would think he should keep it in one place and just leave it there, but he doesn't, and he misplaces it. Once I found it, and I used it to make an official decree that Sundays were ice cream days, and saying that everyone must eat ice cream on Sunday, at least one scoop. I was only 7 at the time, and long story short, we ended up with a dairy shortage that year. But by the next year we had it perfected. We had more cows, and now we are the world's largest exporter of ice cream and ice cream toppings. And we also have made we've made great advancements for lactose intolerance, and we've created new recipes for vegan ice cream. It was a struggle for the first few years. There was a lot of unrest in the country, and I was grounded for a very, very, very long time. Anyway, sorry. What I was saying was, it is a lovely little place to be, and I'm sure you'll love it here, truly. Especially if you like ice cream. But enough about me. Enough about the palace. Let's talk about you. If I hope you'll forgive me if I'm being too forward. But there is something about you. I can't quite put my finger on it, and believe me, I've been trying to figure it out ever since the moment I laid eyes on you. But perhaps it's the way you carry yourself. I did initially notice the way you carry yourself. It's not like someone burdened by duty, but rather like someone who finds joy in it. I like to think that you like what you do. I do. I like to serve my people as best I can. I'm obviously not always good at it, especially not when I was 7, but I do enjoy being of service, and it makes me happy. I like to be around happy people, and you seem like you are a happy person, which is not to say that you can never be sad, because that would be toxic positivity. And I don't mean to say that you can never be sad. You can be happy and still be sad sometimes, because sometimes sad things happen, and it's natural to be sad when sad things happen. But also, you seem like you can take pleasure and find joy in everyday things, and I like that. Um, I like to be like that, and then of course I understand that I am in a very privileged position to be able to be able to order the entire country to eat ice cream on Sundays. I am in a position to be able to create my happiness, but I like to think that if I weren't in my position, I would still find ways to be happy. Maybe I'm kidding myself, but I like to think that I would be like that, like you, or maybe it was your eyes that I noticed. You have very bright eyes, and you look like you've seen 100 stories, but they still hold room for 100 more. I'm sorry. Oh, well, thank heaven you speak. I was beginning to worry. I thought I would have to entertain us both entirely, but but you said you don't know what to say. Anything, truly. I mean, look, obviously I say whatever just pours into my head and comes right out my mouth, and that's not always a good idea. But okay, how about you tell me your name, for starters? Unless unless you'd like me to assign you one. I've always liked the name Cupcake, though I don't know how well you feel like it suits you. You're more of a well, actually, you'll have to enlighten me. What is your name? Oh, oh, that is a fine name. It's a strong name. It's honest. That is the kind of name that can be shouted across a battlefield, or whispered in a sonnet. You know? It's a delightful name. Now, tell me this though. Why do you look at me as though you're worried? I promise you, I'm not here to reprimand you or anything like that. You haven't done anything wrong. I'm only here to say hi. On the contrary, actually, I wouldn't reprimand you. I was actually saying hi because I suppose I suppose I've taken an interest in you. It's kind of embarrassing, but oh, no, heavens! You don't think that I'm? You look very nervous. I promise I'm not plotting anything devious. I swear on my favorite tiara, this isn't just some sort of jest. I'm not here to prank or mock or humiliate you or anything like that. I just like you. Genuinely. And I'm terrible at hiding it, and apparently also not very good at conveying it. You know, people often think of princesses as being these untouchable figures, like we're not real, like we're cloaked in silk and mystery, but we're also human, and obviously we feel things deeply, sometimes things that don't even make sense, that we don't have an explanation for it. And right now, I feel a pull towards you. I don't know how to explain it. I don't actually want to. All I know is that when I look at you, I do see someone I think is kind, and someone I think is thoughtful, and someone very real in a place where so much is just gilded pretense. Well, why not you? Do you not think yourself worthy? Because I do. I think that you're perfectly worthy. You have this quiet strength about you. I keep coming back to the way you stand, but it's that, and it's also the way you've listened to me, and the way you, the way you blush, apparently, which is adorable, by the way. And if that's not enough, then let me say this. You intrigue me, and intrigue is a very rare treasure in a world where everything is laid bare and planned and ritualized and predictable. Everything is rigid and ordered. And there is something very different about you and about the way you caught my interest. I'm sorry. I have been talking about rituals and duties and things being organized and all the things that we have to do and completely ignoring that you have your duties now, and I'm keeping you from them. I will leave you to it. But before I go, I would like to extend an invitation. Dinner, perhaps? Like normal dinner, with no titles and no formalities, just two people getting to know each other. If you say yes, I promise you won't regret it. And if you say no, I will respect your decision, of course. But you will be missing out. I can be utterly captivating company when I stop stammering and stuttering and stop being nervous and awkward. It takes a little while for me to get there, but I do eventually. Yes. Yeah, just two people. Yeah, no tiaras, no formalities, no courtly expectations. Just you and me, and maybe roast pheasant. Do you like pheasant? Okay, that might be a little bit. Yeah. Okay, well, how about pizza? Better. Okay, and some quiet conversation. I think I'd like to hear your thoughts on life and on the palace and on anything at all. Even if you want to tell me that I am terrible at flirting, I will listen. Look, I know that this feels unusual. It is not every day that a princess invites a person to dine without an agenda, and I get that, but I'm not asking as a princess, right? I'm asking as dreamy, just dreamy, and if if you'll let me, I'd like to get to know you. As you are, not as staff or as a subject, but just someone who caught my eye and hasn't left my mind since. So what do you say? Shall we let the palace gossipers have their fun while we enjoy a perfectly pleasant evening? All right. Dinner it is then. Perfect. I'll send word with the details, and don't worry, I'll make sure that it's not anything too overwhelming. Just 2 people and a table and a pizza. Until then, try not to let the grandeur of the place intimidate you too much. You're far too intimidating to hide behind duty. Oh, there's that smile. It suits you. Hey, cupcakes. Thank you for joining me on that little adventure. Or, well, I suppose romance. But if you're afraid to talk to people like I am, it is an adventure to say hi to a stranger. Pro tip. Going with compliments. Going a little bit flirty. And I don't mean like hitting on people flirty, but complimenting people flirty. Compliment them on things that they can control. Like, not like things that are beyond their control. Don't be reductive. We're not going in and saying, hey, babe, way to fill out a sweater. No. That's not the way. That's not what we're doing, right? But compliment people on things that they can control. Like how their hair is cut, what their clothes are, what they're reading, what music they're listening to, something they show an interest in. Compliment that, and people will feel good about the compliment because they can take ownership of that. It's not something beyond their control. And it's not reductive. Now that I have basically told a lot of young men to go forward and start flirting, I would like to thank you all for still being here. Love you guys. Also, thank you so much for all of your comments and your likes and your subscriptions and your memberships. I'm going to ask, if you are not a subscriber, please consider checking that little box, because it will help you find me, and it will help you know when I have uploaded new content, because I have become increasingly erratic in my upload schedule, which I would like to get back to doing more regularly, and I assume that the new year will straighten things out. But there have also been a few things that have come up that made me possibly less predictable. We'll see. We shall see. They'll all be good. Eventually I'll get back on track. Thank you all so very much for your patience in the meantime, and thank you to all of those Baker and Pound Cake tier level patrons who make it so that I can do this. Who make it so that I can do this even during the holidays when I'm not able to put out as much content. And you guys are just wonderful. And they're the reasons that you get this content as often as you do. So thank you very much to Turquoise and Mike D, Flaws, Kuro, Semblance of Life, Sarcastic Monkey, Ang, Preston Rogers, Lucid Sloth, Charles Tribble Wheaton, Loot Curator, Lemonic Cultist, Confused But Still Here, Bowman, Alton Goodbottle, Disbanded Crow, Techo, Gunner's Mage, Mushan, Your Audio Best Friend, Owlface, Thomas Rogers, Anya's Wolfie, Nosti, Barry Wilburn, Esteed, SLE Photo, Harper Evolution, Justin, Wolf9004, Malicilo, Mr. Fabulous, Lou, Bunny, Meryl, Night Angel, Mr. Rickles, On an Adventure, Darth Mythos, Red Death 48, Always Able, Vagar, Old Bean UK, Kahlua Bear, The Swaggy Llama, Art Low, Pierce Tailish, and Christian Cleopatra. And of course, for all of you who have stuck around this long, I hope that you will be as good to yourselves as you are to me, and I will talk to you probably Tuesday. You take care.